Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash, Shalom, Barakim, peace and blessings be upon the elected Israel, La Baka Yarim Yasha'Allah, and double honors to our elders and apostles that came back in the reincarnation known as Great Millstone. This is part two of the power of sin was greater than the power of Rome. And in this part, I wanted to make a part two because there was a point, an overall point, that I really want to harp on, that, and I didn't finish the precepts that I wanted to get in Romans that brought about another point that I really wanted to make as far as that statement, because if all of Israel, every single Israelite on earth, was to face the east, repent, and do what's right in the eyes of the Lord, that means that He would have to forgive all of us, all right, and we have a clean slate. And through Yahushua, if we all did that, then all these other empires, all the powers on earth, even the powers back then, they they would fall, because then Yahweh would be back on our side through Yahushua. All right, so because when we're right, like it says in Judith, I think it's Judith, the 5th chapter. Maybe I'll post in this video afterwards. Or basically, if Israel, when we do right, then the nations can take us down, take us over. But when we do wrong, that's when they have the ability. When we sin and go against our power, that's when they have the ability to infiltrate. All right, and that's what has happened. And the Lord is going to adopt us back through Yahushua, but we have to be remorseful and let not those sins weigh us down. But I wanted to make some points. I'm going to make some more points in Romans here, Romans 8th chapter. Paul's letter to the Israelites scattered in Rome, the 8th chapter, in verse 20. It says, For the creature was, let me start at 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the power. That's New Jerusalem coming down. 144,000, the elect, one-third remnant, scattered throughout the earth. All right, that's the manifestation of the sons of the power, which Israelite means Yasha Allah, son. He is a prince of the power. All right, which a prince is what? A son of the king. So verse 20, it says, For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected him in the same hope. So the Lord, He set us up in this position, because when you read later on in the chapter, so that we be put in a position to hope on Him. All right. Now verse 21, it says, Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage into the glorious liberty of the children of the power. So what is that bondage of corruption? That bondage of corruption is not talking about Rome. It's not talking about physical slavery going to these different empires. This is talking about our bodies. See, that's what I'm saying. In our bodies, that's why we have to glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in our flesh through these words right now, because it's a sacrifice. But our bodies, when we're 100% righteous, all right, we're the other nations. That our righteousness that we put on, all right, that's our the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, those heavenly ordinances, which first, again, were established in the heavens. That's going to be our light before all these nations. That's going to be our power and our source, and that's going to be laced within us. All right, we're going to become joint heirs with Yahushua. Now, let me get that scripture in. Let me get that scripture in 1 Corinthians 15, right? And it's towards the end. 1 Corinthians 15 and where is it at? 15 and 53. It says, For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. It's talking about the bodies that we're in. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, that's salvation. That's being put into the new covenant, the new bodies. All right, it's about to reveal it. It says, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin. You see that? And the strength of sin is the law, because originally man, our Adam, he was created to live forever. All right, we read that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 1st chapter. The Lord created Adam to live forever. But through the falling away, through sin, death came. All right, and that's why the age of how long a man lives becomes shortened. But eventually, it's not going to matter when we put on immortality, because then there is no more sting, there is no more sin. All right. So in order to get to that point, get to that eternal power, so to say, we would have to be what, delivered from Yahushua, not delivered by Yahushua. All right, out of these bodies that we're in. All right. There's nothing that these nations or anyone here on earth can give us that can stand in the way of that salvation. We shouldn't let it, because we have to understand we can't be a power on earth, because some Israelites will make it seem like, Israelite groups out there, they'll make it seem like the kingdom is here, like we have some type of establishment, a temple, and the Lord is with us. No, the Lord is not fully with us. He's only with the hopeful elect remnant. The majority of Israel is going to get destroyed, because, again, to be carnally minded is death. And our people, they sin willfully. They will put Yahushua back up on the cross if they could. Remember, they're the ones, our so-called Negroes, specifically the Southern Kingdom, but also Latinos and Native Americans, they're the ones that say, crucify the Lord and let his blood be upon our children, on their children. All right? So just going back into the point here, because I wanted to prove that point about it's talking about the bodies and the corruption within these bodies. All right? So now when we go back to Romans 8, all right, bear with me here. Romans chapter 8, part Romans chapter 8 and verse 21 again, it says, because the creation itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the power. For we know that the whole creation groaneth. And then also, this point's going to be further down, so I'll do. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And again, that goes back into verse 19, because all of creation, even animals, everything, all right, at this point, is waiting for the revelation of the sons of the power to take over the earth. What you read in Ezra, it says the earth was given to our seed, our lineage. It was created for our sakes, all right? If not, why do we not possess it? Ezra asked that question. Why do we not possess it? Because of the sin, because of not following the path of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that we were supposed to govern our lives, to be prosperous. Verse 23, and not only they, but also ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even within ourselves, growing within ourselves. This is talking, going back to the beginning. This is talking about the elect, church of the firstborn. Those that were there with Yahushua in the beginning, like Yahushua prayed, those thou hast given me from the beginning. This is what Paul's writing about, all right, to the Israelite foreigners scattered in Rome. Even we ourselves growing within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. Because again, the power of sin back then and right now is greater than any standing empire on earth. Because why? If we all were to face the east as Israelites and calling Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in sincerity and to do what's right, he would deliver us and destroy all these nations. So it starts with us. All right, chains, darkness. And these are two scriptures that match that, because again, everything started in the heavens in a heavenly state. Angels, they endless energy. All right, there is no death. All right, they were all Yahushua created them, and they've always been there. All right, and we are likened unto angels, and we've been put down here in these corrupt bodies. These are the two scriptures on it. 2 Peter 2:4. For the power spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. And that's where you read about, all right, this also plays into the part how what they call the Nephilim, it's the fallen. When you read in Genesis the 6th chapter, that was us, those giants upon earth that fell away. All right, we started losing our stature, we started losing our age, started losing our power. All right, and then the laws had to become, they were oral, then they had to become written. And that wasn't enough. So Yahweh Shai, who was always predestinated, he had to be put into prophecy to bring us back to Yahweh and to get delivered out of these chains of darkness, which are these bodies. That's why Paul said he wants to do the right thing, but his body won't let him. The flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Jude 1:1, Yahweh 1:1. And the angels which kept not their first estate, which is what? That celestial body, that uncorruptible body, full of immortality, but left their own habitation, that realm, the heavenly realm, hath reserved in everlasting chains of darkness unto the judgment of the great day. And that's not talking about hell. That's talking about down here. That's us down here doing this work, putting forth our sacrifice, making our bodies a living sacrifice. So when that day of great judgment comes, Yahweh Shai can look at our deeds and bring us forth, present us before Yahweh and say, you know what, he did what's right. He wasn't ashamed for my sake, and he endured to the end. And here's your crown of life. That's what we're fighting for, to deliver out of these bodies that sin, man. All right, and that's why we need Yahweh Shai. You can't go straight to Yahweh. We need Yahweh Shai as that sacrifice to cover us. If as long as we stay about the mind while I'm off in sincerity of truth, we can be as of the elect. All right, but we got to continue to position ourselves and do what's right and be what's practical to even get to that point. All right. So hey, all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Was part 2. I just wanted to make that point that the power of sin was greater than the power of Rome. Praying that you're edified. Shalom to the elect, double honor to our elders and apostles, a great millstone, and Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Shalom, shalom.